What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This evening I need to replace the clutch slave on this guy, and well, first I need to get it in the garage by myself, which is kind of difficult. So my theory is I'm gonna be in the driver's seat, put the parking brake down, let it roll back, and I'll kind of steer the car out there, and then I'll manually push the car by hand straight forward into this garage. The only difficulty is getting over this hump right here. It's kind of hard to see on video. But this hump is the reason why I can't pull in my 240, because it would rip my bumper off and it would actually scrape the side skirts, especially this transition on this side. It's pretty steep. So yeah, hopefully that's the only issue wrong with the Miata. So basically what happened is I was running errands with the car, and then when I got back to go home, I pushed the clutch in and the clutch just fell to the floor and didn't come back up. I did look under the car and there was a puddle of brake fluid underneath, so hopefully it's just the slave and not the hose, because I only have a clutch slave on hand with me right now. I do have a new braided hose coming, but it's not going to be here for a couple days. So hopefully it's just a slave, and then I'll just have an extra clutch hose laying around. So this is the new part. I'm really hoping the 5-speed and the 6-speed of the Miata have the same clutch, because I couldn't find any information online, and mine is the 6-speed, but they should be the same as far as I know. This is stressful. Hopefully none of my neighbors are coming up the street in the next couple of seconds. This isn't that easy.
I'm only one step.
And just for reference, this is a stock ride height NB Miata. Look how close it is to hitting those side skirts. Imagine a Rocket Bunny 240 trying to get in here. It just doesn't work. Even coming in at an angle, it's way too steep. Well, the car is definitely at an angle, but it's in the garage successfully. It's good that I have space over there though, because I'm pretty sure that on this car the clutch slave is on the passenger side, so I have enough space to kind of walk through. But yeah, I got the front also on like a I think it's a 1x6, just to get it a little off the ground. Just because with the OEM lip, I can't even fit a jack underneath on stock height, and then with the track dog splitter that I have, that makes it even worse. But yeah, I was surprised to figure that out, that even on a Miata without the track dog splitter, I still need to pull it up on wood to jack up the front end. Alright, so looking from underneath the car, this is the transmission and the oil pan right here. They are both pretty wet. Honestly though, this looks more like gear oil than brake fluid. And the clutch slave, it's right here. It's a little wet in that area, but it's kind of hard to tell exactly what type of fluid it is. So I'm just going to go ahead and replace it and hope that when I go to bleed it that nothing else is leaking. Because yeah, that's really all I can do today at least. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. And I also figured that there's no better time than right now as I sit crammed underneath my Miata that tomorrow, well today's Sunday. Hopefully this video is out by Monday, but Monday, so the day that you guys are seeing this, I should be driving out to get the car that's replacing the STI. Honestly, it's pretty obvious what it is. If you guys follow me on Instagram, it's been like nonstop. I even like straight up said what it is. But yeah, if you guys don't know what it is, I'm not going to say it yet. But I will be dropping hopefully a little reveal video by the end of this week or the middle of this week sometime whenever I get around to it. But yeah, so there's another car being added to this channel to replace the RIP blah by STI that I used to have. And yeah, just looking at the car, my brake fluid is there, looks pretty good. But yeah, the clutch fluid down here is pretty much empty. So yeah, that's another obvious sign that there's a fluid issue. The first bolt is super easy to get to, but the second one is on the top of the clutch sleeve, like kind of where my hand is right here. And you can't really get it from the bottom, so there's a kind of like an entry hole on the side of the frame rail on the passenger side where you kind of have to get your hand through. I'm going to try using a 1/4-inch impact gun to get it off. If not, I'll probably do it by hand, but it's kind of hard to get like a video of me doing it. So just know that I'm coming in from the side by where the front passenger tire is. And then I'm coming with my hand through. I'm touching the bolt actually right now. But yeah, I'm just going to be trying with an impact gun. If not, I'll do it by hand with a ratchet. So I just broke it loose. Now I'm just unthreading it out. So one thing I did forget to mention before you take the slave completely off the transmission is that you are going to want to use a 10mm wrench to remove the hose that connects to the slave cylinder, because if you remove the cylinder before undoing the hose, it's going to be kind of difficult because there won't be anything to brace against. Okay, well here is the old slave cylinder compared to the new one. They do look the same, so I think I should be good regarding the 5-speed versus 6-speed. They do appear to be the same. And then yeah, this is just obviously cleaner. Yeah, it did look like this guy was leaking from the seals because it's kind of wet underneath that rubber dust guard. And yeah, the hose checked out good. It is actually a hard line that runs directly into this, not a soft line like I thought it was. So I'm actually not even sure if the braided line that I got works for the 6-speed. But yeah, everything looks good, so hopefully when I install this guy, the Miata is no longer leaking clutch or brake fluid. So now again, the install itself is really straightforward. It's just two 12mm bolts, top and bottom, and then one 10mm hard line, which threads into where this dust cap is. And then yeah, I have another bleeder valve right here, which should be a 10mm, if I remember correctly. And then yeah, should be good to go. Just as a correction to the last clip, the bleeder valve is actually an 8mm, not a 10mm like I previously said. So just if you guys are watching this as a tutorial, just be aware of that. You do need an 8mm for the bleeder. Since I am going to be bleeding this by myself, I do use a bleed bottle pretty much all the time whenever I'm doing like clutches or brakes. So basically, you just fill it up a little bit, and then I just attach this to the bleeder valve, and then I have an 8mm wrench as well. And then I just, when I fill it, so after I have that attached, I fill up the actual cylinder, and then I just start pumping the pedal, and it'll start pushing fluid through the through everything until it gets to the bottle, and then it'll drain into the bottle, and then eventually all the air bubbles will come out, that bottle will fill up, and then I keep refilling that as I keep pumping the brakes, and eventually the clutch pedal will be bled. From past experiences, this is a pretty tedious step, so hopefully I can get it done with under 20 minutes or so, because yeah, I also kind of worried that I don't have enough brake fluid because I wasn't able to go to the auto parts store. This is all that I had on hand. So it's only a little bottle, but I think I should be good because it's a small car, small clutch, and yeah, it's not like I'm doing the full brakes, it's just a clutch pedal, so I'm really hoping I have enough. Okay, so I have a good amount of fluid in the reservoir in the engine bay, and then I do have the actual bottle attached to the nipple, so everything, and the valve is loose, so everything should be good to start bleeding. So I actually ended up having to use the So for this clutch job, I actually ended up having to do the 2-person method, meaning my dad would push down on the clutch while sitting in the driver's seat, and then I would crack open the valve, close the valve, and then he would release it. I wasn't able to do it by myself. I did skip bench bleeding the slave on the transmission, so that probably was the main reason for that. But yeah, everything is good to go now. Actually, I was actually interested by this, but with the new clutch slave, the clutch pedal is well, not so much, but it's like noticeably heavier. Nothing else has changed, not the master, not the actual clutch itself, just the actual cylinder or slave on the transmission. But yeah, it kind of totally changed how it feels. Kind of like it better. Hey, Mal. Hey, hey, sit. High five. High five. Cleaner. There we go. Switch. What? What? And just like that, the Miata is back on the road. So that's pretty much it for today. I am really excited for tomorrow, picking up the new car. I am going to bring a camera. I don't know how many clips I'll be able to get though. I'm just not familiar with the seller and how comfortable he is with me filming and everything for a vlog. But yeah, I want to get that video out with the reveal video at the same time on Instagram and YouTube. I'm just really excited for that. So anyways, I will see, well, I don't know if I'll see you guys tomorrow, but I'll be filming tomorrow hopefully. And then I'll see you guys very soon with a new video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not. And I will see you next time. Peace out.
I'm only